Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to say hello just for me. If you guys saw my last video, you saw that it was me and Tim together, giving a little update about where I've been, what's been going on in my life since the last time I posted was like, I want to say a month ago. So that video explains why it was a month ago and all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't seen it, definitely hop over there after this video to watch it, just so you can be up to date with what's going on with me. So before I start, like I just said, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments below. What's your New Year's resolution? How are things going with you in the beginning of the new year? I hope you guys had a great new year. And yeah, so let's hop right into today's video, which is going to be about regain after weight loss surgery. Even though I've touched on this before, this is kind of why I created my channel, was like a weight loss channel to kind of begin with, a reality channel, everyday struggle type of channel, that type of thing. So I've touched on the regain before. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Trisha. I had gastric sleeve surgery in 2017, February 1st. My highest weight was 321 pounds and my lowest weight was 227 pounds. My first year was pretty rough. I kind of lost my restriction halfway through, I'd say, and dealt with a 25-pound regain, which I got off, which I regained. That's kind of where I'm sitting now. Right now, I am sitting at about 255, 260. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. So, like I said, I've made other videos of me trying to get off that other regain, which I did get off, and then I kind of fell off the face of the earth with weight related stuff, and I tried to jump into all of these other YouTube type of things to gain subscribers and this and that, and then I realized that wasn't working and I just wasn't enjoying myself anymore and I didn't feel like I was being real. And then I went through some personal stuff with my family and things have just kind of overall been a mess for a little bit. But everything's going good now, thank God. I'm sort of in a better mindset when it comes to getting this regain off. And I just wanted to say to anybody who is considering weight loss surgery before I go on to this story, is that even though I'm having regain, even though I'm having issues as far as my restriction kind of not being there and all that stuff, it is still the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. It's still a decision that I would never go back from. It is still something that I would do a million times over, that I wish I did sooner in my life. So this is in no way, shape, or form saying that the surgery doesn't work, that the surgery is a gimmick, that, you know, you shouldn't do it because you're just going to fail anyway, because I would do this all over again if, you know, given the opportunity. So now that that is out of the way, I do feel like my restriction is not there anymore. I have spoke to my doctor about it, and I just did an upper GI to check and kind of see what my stomach is looking like right now, to see if I've stretched it, to see if there's some reason why I'm not getting the restriction feeling and why I've gained back more weight now. And once I sit down with a surgeon, which will be January 16th, we'll go over those results, and we'll kind of come up with a better game plan as to what to do next. I am 5'1", sitting at almost 260. I still have another 100 pounds to lose, if not 120 pounds, to get me to a healthy weight, to get me to out of the obesity and all of that stuff. So that's kind of overwhelming thinking about it. And as somebody who has already had the surgery, and as somebody who's almost 2 years out, regain is so scary, and I feel like not enough people talk about it. I feel like there's a bunch of amazing success stories, and I think that's incredible, but I don't think there's enough regain stories, because I feel like I'm very alone in this. I'm a part of a bunch of different bariatric Facebook groups, which are amazing. I love all of them. The people in it are great. But I find myself being kind of envious and jealous of those who comment like, oh, I'm 6 months out and I'm down 110 pounds, or, you know, I just got my surgery done and I can't wait to see where this, you know, adventure takes me in this journey. It's going to change my life and all that, because I want that feeling back. and I haven't had it in so long, and it's so frustrating. And those are the real emotions of regain. That's the real reality, I guess, of somebody who is dealing with regain. And I know I'm not alone in the regain, because there is a bariatric regain group on Facebook as well. But I just haven't seen many videos of people sitting down and being like, I had weight loss surgery and I gained some back. I gained all of it back. I gained a little bit back, or I fear that I'm going to gain it back because of an eating disorder, or because my restriction's gone, or something like that. And in my case, I definitely do have an underlying eating disorder. And also I just don't feel restriction much anymore. So it's a scary feeling. You know, I've tried the calorie counting. I've tried phentermine, which is a drug that you get from your doctor, that helps curb your appetite. And that helped me for a while. But I just gained all of that back too once I was off of it. So, and also with the phentermine, you're supposed to be on it for like 2 to 3 months straight, and then you get off of it. And in those 2 or 3 months, your brain is supposed to be able to retrain itself to like eat smaller portions and this and that. And with me, it would work for like a week to 2 weeks. I'd hardly be hungry. I'd be losing weight like crazy, and all this stuff. And then my body would almost get too used to it. So I would have to stop it for 3 or 4 days to a week. And in those 3 days to a week, I would eat like crazy and I'd gain a bunch back, and I would just backtrack because my body was just bouncing back and forth between never being hungry because of the medicine and then always being hungry because I wasn't on the medicine anymore. So I never was truly on it for those full 3 months. And I feel like it kind of messed with me mentally a little more than if I was on it for a full 3 months. Because it just confused me. It confused my cravings. It confused whatever addiction part of my brain is addicted to the food. And it was just frustrating. What I will say though is being on the phentermine made me feel like I had just got the surgery all over again. Not in the restriction aspect, but just kind of how I looked at food, in the sense of I wasn't thinking about food. I wasn't like worrying about when or what I was going to eat next. And I just felt very free from it. And I don't know if anybody else has ever felt that feeling where you feel like the second you wake up, you're thinking about food to the second you go to sleep. And that's kind of how I can get sometimes. And it becomes overwhelming, which then makes me reach for cookies and chips and, you know, just cupcakes, things that are not good. And because I'm a nanny and because the kids have a lot of that stuff in their house where I am most days, it's hard for me to say no because I don't have very good self-control. And so regain is mental, 100% with me. And also my physical, you know, exercise and stuff, they go hand in hand, and both of those things are just non-existent. My willpower is like non-existent and my exercise is non-existent. And like I said in the beginning, I am not, you know, bashing the surgery whatsoever. None of this is happening because the surgery failed. None of this is happening because my doctor did something wrong or, you know, anything to do with that. It's all happening because of me. It's all happening because of my addiction. It's all happening because I put myself in this situation. And I'm okay saying that because I know it's true. I've been completely honest with my doctors about it. I've been honest with, you know, my parents, my siblings, my friends, my fiance. I know it's me. It's nobody else's fault but mine. And I completely own up to that. And I think that's the first step. You know, I go to therapy. I've been in therapy for almost a year and we're working through things and it's helping a bunch, but there's still just that hurdle that I need to get over personally. So what do I do now? I don't really know. That's the scary part of regain, is I feel like I am going down in a downward spiral and I don't know how to pull myself back out. And if you have ever been there before, it's scary and it sucks and you do feel like you failed, even though I know I didn't, because I still lost more weight than I gained back. And that's something that my doctor was saying to me is don't lose sight of what you did do. Don't lose sight of what you did lose, because that chunk is bigger than what you gained back. Don't lose sight of the fact that who cares if you're almost 2 years out and not 100 pounds down, you're still going down. You're still losing weight. Don't let that mental block be what makes you fail. And it sounds so true, but it's so hard, especially when you're in those situations of, okay, I can eat this or I can eat this, something that my body craves, something that my body wants, something that my body loves and knows will make me feel better. And they're sitting right in front of you. And when you're already in a bad mood or you're anxious or you're depressed, in my case, anxiety plays a huge part in how I overeat and what I eat. And just stress, all that stuff, trying to plan a wedding, trying to buy a house, trying to figure out what I want to do in a year when both of the kids that I nanny for are in kindergarten and I'm not going to be working for that family anymore. It's just a lot of a lot and it gets very overwhelming. And when there's food around, I grab for it, and it's never something good that I grab for. And that's what I need to work on. Another thing I've noticed with regain is I'm gaining completely differently than the last time around that I gained. And I'm losing very differently than the last time I lost. And what I mean by that is body image. I'm noticing, let's see if I can show you guys that, I don't know if you can, I've never had a pouch right here before. But now I do. I have a lot of underbelly and I have a lot of fat back here, but I've never had a pouch. This. I've never had that before. I'm noticing with how I'm gaining in different spots. I mean, my face, you guys can tell, is big and round. You know, my double chin, my arms, you can see through here. I'm just noticing that I'm gaining in different spots, and that scares me. I have a lot more fat on my back. I have that weird bump on my belly button, or above my belly button, I'm sorry. My thighs are definitely a little bit bigger. I can tell a little bit in my calves. My hands, I can tell, are definitely chunkier. So I'm gaining it differently than when I was this weight a few months ago. And when I was losing it the last time, I noticed that I'm losing differently. I didn't think my face looked as slim. My waist didn't look as slim. My underbelly didn't get sucked up as much. And that also terrifies me. That the first time around, you know, I figured I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to tone up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I could have done that if I stuck with what I was supposed to do. This all basically goes back to the fact that I didn't do what I was supposed to do. If I just listened and did what I was supposed to do and weighed my food out and this and that, whatever, none of this would have happened. But I didn't deal with the underlying issue of food addiction because I didn't really realize it was there, or I didn't realize how severely it was there prior to surgery than I do now. So I do need to go back to see a nutritionist. I do need to keep in full contact with my surgeon, my doctor, my primary, all of these people, my therapist. Everybody has to be on the same page because I need that support. But even then, when I was losing, I noticed my body was just becoming petite. I was having a petite figure. And then I gained back that 25 pounds. And when I lost that 25 pounds, I realized that sitting at 230 or even 227, I didn't feel like I looked as thin as I did the first time around when I got to 230. And that also terrifies me because now I'm afraid that when I do start to lose all this weight again, am I going to lose it differently? Am I going to have more saggy skin? Is there going to be some underlining body dysmorphia issue that is like implanted in my head now? regain comes with a lot. Regain comes with sorrow, disappointment, anxiety. It's all things that you have to mentally fight through every single day because you feel like a failure. You feel like you screwed up. You feel like you're not worthy of it. Those are all the things that come along with regain. You know, I am definitely nowhere near where I was, but I'm definitely not where I should be, you know? And looking at myself like that and showing you guys is terrifying and scary, and I hate it. And I wish I could change it. And, you know, regain is a real thing. I don't want you guys to feel alone in this. I don't want you guys to feel, you know, sorry for me or anything like that, or tell me, oh, it happens to everybody, because yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure this isn't going to be the one and only time I ever regain some weight in my life, but I know it's because of me. I know I need to take, you know, the bull by the horns and get back to where I need to be for me, for my health, for my fiance, for my wedding. Like, all of these amazing fun things that are happening, you know, I should be so motivated, and I'm just not yet. But that's why I am reaching out to my doctors. I am staying in therapy. I did go get that test done, and I'm so nervous, but so excited to see what it says so that we can move on with the next step of figuring out how to help me, how to continue to help me, and how to help me stay on track this time around. So again, I hope you guys know you're not alone. I'm going to continue to keep you in the loop with this whole regain, and hopefully more weight loss in this journey of food addiction and depression and that type of stuff. If you guys have any questions, if you're pre-op or post-op, or any suggestions of how to get me back on track, that type of thing, I would love to hear them. If you want me to go into any more detail about one specific thing of regain, definitely let me know, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Tim filmed a really cute video of his perspective of when we got engaged, so that should be up pretty soon. I'm gonna let him kind of figure out how to edit it and stuff, so that would be kind of fun to see. It was a very cute video. I cried a few times, not gonna lie. So I hope you guys stick around for that, and I hope that you stick around to follow me on this journey of 2019. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. So have a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye.